Hi Libra, welcome. So Libra, this is going to be a reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. I did not timestamp this and I'm not going to timestamp these moving forward because these are timeless readings, which means whenever you're meant to hear it, that's when you're probably going to listen to it. So let's get into it and see, Libra, what you got going on. You have the card of the lovers, right? Yeah, the lover, Leo energy. Some of you connecting with Leo, or you could have Leo in your chart, or it's just the influencing vibes. So this is a very expressive, creative, loving, warm energy. It is also highlighting the heart chakra, empathy, your feelings, right? It could also be a very confident energy, but it can also be very excessive, very egotistical or ego-driven. So just something to be aware of. So let's see what else we have coming through for you, Libra, the card of maturity. Moment to moment. And fighting. Wow, really interesting combination, right? Like, here I have the card of maturity, like taking the higher road, emotional intelligence, emotional growth, and then take it moment to moment, which is just encouraging you to be present in the now, not worried over the future, not thinking too much about the past, but just here and now, right? And then you have the card of fighting, right? So where in your life do you feel like you're fighting for a lost cause? Or where in your life are you having conflict where maybe you could take the higher road? Maybe you could take that more mature approach and leave it behind or release it or let it go. Easier said than done, right? Especially for Libra. And I'm a Libra moon, Libra rising, so I get it. See, the good thing about being a Libra is that you can see both sides to just about anything, any situation, any argument. And that makes you a really good listener and a really good understander. But at the same time, because you can see both sides, you can also argue your point from both sides, right? So a fierce competitor when it comes to arguments, I feel. All of the air signs have the ability to do this. But I feel like Libra, you're kind of the best at it because you really can put somebody in their place. Because you already know what they're thinking. You already know what they're saying. You've already put yourself in their shoes. You know what I mean? So in one aspect, that makes you have an incredible ability to have compassion for others because you could put that shoe on the other foot. But at the same time, in confrontational situations, that could make you a fierce opponent in an argument, right? So it's like choose your battles, Libra. Which direction do you want to go with this? Do you want to take the mature approach or do you want to be right? Do you want emotional growth or do you want a conflict? And I'm not saying one is more right than the other. I'm just asking you which would feel best to you. And that's what you need to ask yourself. So, wow, I just knew this was going to be a very interesting reading. Let's get into it and see what is going on with my Libras and what do they need to know? What is going on with my Libras and what do they need to know? Ooh. And I want to say I have Kaleo, the song Way Down We Go in my head. Check that song out. It may resonate with you or you just might like it. So my table's wobbly. Libra, what does Libra need to know? Two of Swords. I'm going to take it as it came out in the reverse. Okay. The Tower. The Nine of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. So the first thing that I got when I looked at these cards is like being able to foresee something and prevent a disaster. Foresight. So I feel like for my intuitive Libra fam, there may be something that you saw coming, okay, or that you see coming, and therefore you have the ability to pivot, move, and avoid, okay, or move away from that. So again, the spiritual reading is asking you, which approach do you want to take? Okay. The Two of Swords in the reverse and the Tower in the reverse. Now, both of these in the upright is something coming in that was unexpected and unseen, an unseen development, an unseen change, right? And then in the reverse, it's like, okay, this is, the confusion is lifting. It's now seen. You're now seeing it, right? And disaster averted or disaster over. So I guess all that to say, Libra, like there could have been something coming in here that was unforeseen, but yet at the same time, you kind of did see it coming. Does that make sense to you? Like, you know, like maybe you didn't know it was going to play out a certain way, but you knew that it was coming, or that you knew, like you had some sort of foresight in this, okay? Or you're going to, if this is future energy for you. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like this is giving you some time to pause and reflect. None of these cards are action oriented. They're more of like that watch and wait type of energy, to be patient, to let things pan out, to not really push anything right now. So I feel like whatever you have going on, that's kind of the guidance for you, to be patient, to, I also heard not put all your eggs in one basket, to observe, right? Because this Knight is not moving forward, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is stagnant energy right here. But for a reason, because he's being observant. He's deciding. He's taking that time to take his time, right? And pause before making any judgments or moving towards anything. So let's see what else we have coming through then for Libra. What is this about? The Empress. Ooh, that was the Ace of Wands, but it went back in the deck. Ah, okay. Nine of Swords, Judgment, and the Ten of Swords. Yee. So again, here is this card of patience, right? So you have two cards that talk about being patient. Not our favorite thing in the air sign community. You know what I mean? We're typically more of a fast-moving energy. But I feel like there is this request here from Spirit to utilize your patience, to let things play out, to not disrupt a situation, not fight battles that are not yours to fight, Libra. Because I also feel, I'm also getting the word justified or justification. I feel like sometimes, Libra, when you feel something is really dear to your heart and you want to protect it at all costs, or you want to be heard, it's really easy for you to go into that argumentative state because you're proving a point, you know, and nobody can prove a point better than a Libra. I'm sorry, you're just good at it, right? Because you've seen it from all sides, you understand all angles. But the thing is like there's some points that are not worth proving if it completely disrupts and causes chaos in a situation or in your life, when really what you're wanting is peace, to be understood, right? So again, there's that message here about which is more important to you, because Spirit is not saying don't fight for what you believe in, not at all. But you know, for every action, there will be a reaction, right? For every choice you make, there is a consequence attached to it. So I guess it's more like they want you to see long-term, long range, like what is it that you really, really want for yourself, okay, or for another. Because I feel a lot of you are really stressing out. You're really stressing over something, right? The Nine of Swords is kind of like, to me, a nightmare. Just feeling like, oh my gosh, you know, this is a sense too of like, there's nothing I can do about this, but yeah, I'm going to worry about it. And the funny thing about worry is that it tricks you into believing that it has purpose. But worry doesn't change anything. It does not improve anything, nor does it really make anything worse, but it just makes you feel like shit, you know? Especially when you're worrying about things that are out of your control. Judgment is your card, Libra, but I'm taking this quite literally as you needing to make a judgment call about What is worth your worry and what is not? And I promise you, there's really nothing on this planet that is worth your worry, because it won't solve anything. The Ten of Swords is like an I give up energy. Like, there's nothing I can do. There is nothing else this person can do. They've got 10 swords in their back. It also could be endings and betrayal. So take it as it's resonating with you. But again, what can you do about that? What can you do about that? I don't know who it was, if it was Sadhguru, or I follow a lot of spiritual teachers, but they were saying, like, if you're worried over something, ask yourself, is there something I can do about it? Yes? Okay, take the action. No? Okay, then think about something else. And we want to overcomplicate it, but it really is that simple, right? So it's about utilizing your mind and your time to what serves you best. To what serves you. Let's go Fiona. Before he came out like that. Let's go further. Fiona. I was like, what the hell? Okay. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay, Queen of Cups, the Magician in the reverse. Yeah. There's that song again. Let on, go, 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 go. Page of Wands, King of Cups, Two of Swords. I'm sorry, Two of Wands. I just got my first impression was back against the wall, or backed up against the wall. I don't know if you're feeling that way, or somebody you're connecting with is feeling that way. And then I got the song In the Zone by Britney Spears. Excuse my facial expressions. I just wasn't expecting that. I want to get in the zone. Okay, whatever. So, this is kind of exactly what I was telling you. You see, the Queen of Cups is a very emotional, sensitive, very caring, very thoughtful energy, right? On the flip side, this can be oversensitive. It could be too emotional. It could be not using your logic, Libra. And then you have the Magician. It's just in the reverse. Now, in the upright, this is being able to manifest. You have all the tools that you need to get what you need done. In the reverse, it's saying, not quite yet. You don't have the full picture, or the way that you're going about it is not really going to develop or produce what you're really wanting. So that's the reason they want you to pause and reflect and get your emotions in check, Libra. You're not an overly emotional sign. Actually, you know, I'm really tired of people telling us air signs that we're not emotional. We are, but we prefer intellectual over emotional. You know what I mean? So, and I think the situation is kind of calling you to go towards that more intellectual part of you, even though you are sensitive. And I'm telling you, Libras are sensitive. I don't care what anybody says. I have tons of Libras in my life. I have tons of Libra in my chart. I feel things deeply because I see all sides, because I feel all sides. I don't just feel for myself. I feel for the other person that I'm dealing with. It's kind of a difficult position to be in, especially if I'm making a decision that another person doesn't agree with, because I can feel both reasonings. You know what I mean? And I feel like, Libra, you can relate to this because you are the same, right? At least for my very high vibing intuitive Libras, which you wouldn't be on this channel unless you were resonating with this energy. So I assume that you are. But you know what I mean? Like, sometimes that puts you in like a juxtaposition where you know what the point you're trying to get across, but you can also feel the other person. And so you get this little like back and forth, you know? I feel like the solution here, though, Libra, is to take the mature approach, to take the wise beyond your years approach. Because the King of Cups is a very emotionally mature person. Okay? And the Six of Swords is moving away from conflict, moving towards a solution. Okay. Now you have the Two of Wands, Page of Wands. The Two of Wands to me is like, okay, letting bygones be bygones, and we're looking towards the future now. The Page of Wands in reverse is interesting to me because this is kind of my go-getter card. Like, you know, somebody who's not afraid to jump into action, but it can also be impulsive and argumentative, and it's in the reverse. So I actually feel that for you, this is beneficial because this is saying, don't be impulsive, don't be argumentative. You know what I mean? Like, instead, let this play out. Observe. Be observant. You know, a lot of people will show you who they are without you needing to even ask them. Just watch what they do. You know? Let them. Just saying. All right, so let's see what the guidance is then, Libra. And then we're going to jump to the love reading and see what we got coming through. So for my Libras. Oh my gosh, way too many. I'll read the basic meaning of these two, and I'll read the full one of this one. These two say, relationships I don't want, only clarify those that I do want. That's card number 18. This is card number 37. My attention to the unwanted cannot defy the law of attraction and will bring more unwanted to me. And this is card number 10, which is about completions, which you have a 10 right here as well. The essence of my every desire can be fulfilled. If your time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire a desire within you, it is our absolute promise to you that your time-space reality has the ability to deliver in full manifested form the reality of the desire it has inspired. The essence of any and all desires can be fulfilled unless you're holding yourself out of alignment with your own desire. The feelings of competition or shortage or limitation means you are out of alignment with your desire. Very interesting. Wow. All right. Well, now I'm just dying to know what this love reading is going to be about. We're going to go to the you versus them. Stay right there. I'm going to clean these cards up and I'll see you in just a second. Welcome back, Libra. So now we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you're connecting with. Keep in mind, it's a general, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't make something resonate that doesn't, guys. And also, it could be about anybody in your life. Yes, usually it's going to be about an intimate partner or an ex, but not always. So keep an open mind, Libra, and let's get into it and see what you got coming in for my Libras. So, very interesting. You have the card of understanding, and this person has the card of laziness, which I actually like this depiction of laziness. He's just chilling like a villain, you know. So for you, this is all about empathy, understanding, having a higher understanding of a situation, right? And that's what's truly going to set you free here, Libra, from whatever stress or constraints you feel that you're under. This person has the card of chilling out, being lazy. Maybe that's what they need to do. Maybe that's their persona in general. I'm not very sure. Take it as it's resonating, but let's get into it and get a little bit deeper. I'm going to look at your recent past, so what led up to the now. Then how are you seeing and feeling about this person in the now and most likely outcome? So, Libra, King of Cups. That was in your spiritual reading. 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. I heard disbanded or disunion. Is that a word? It's not a word, disunion. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So you have the King of Cups and the 10 of Cups in the upright, 4 of Wands in the reverse. Like I was saying in the spiritual reading, the King of Cups is a very emotionally mature person, right? The Ten of Cups is highlighting family in particular, but a sense of belonging, a sense of love, of unconditional love, really. And then the Four of Wands in the reverse can be an unstable picture, an unstable union. They're giving me the song Fall Apart by Malone. So something could have fallen away, okay, or fallen apart in the past when it comes to your love life, this connection, or the family structure. Or really any sort of group or partnership. And I just want to highlight that I specifically got the word disbanded. So let's see this person's recent past. As I look at this card, it's kind of like having like this idealistic type of idea of, you know, like what love is or what family is. Like, I don't, I'm a firm believer in wearing rose-colored glasses and believing in the best of others and idealism, really. I think where it falls short is when, you know, maybe the reality doesn't match the fantasy or the expectation, that it could cause some unrest, disappointment, disalignment. So it's like, because people are people at the end of the day, and none of us are perfect. So it's nice to hold that idealistic, you know, vision in our mind, as long as it doesn't tear you apart if the reality doesn't match, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, if it makes you feel good to have an ideal partner or an ideal vision of your life, by all means, think the shit out of it. You know, if it feels good, think it, imagine it. And to be honest with you, if you can stay in that vibration, a lot of it's going to manifest around you and it's going to fit what you want, but it's never going to be perfect. Because we're never complete. We're always in a state of evolution and change. And there is no perfection in that because there is no completion. And we will never be complete because we are eternal. We are eternally changing. We're eternally growing. So there's always got to be that little room, right, for imperfection, because that's where the growth is. You know? I hope that's making sense to you. All right, recent past for this person, Temperance. The Hierophant. The Seven of Cups. So this person's had some back and forth in their energy here, as far as like trying to decide like what was best for them, what was on their path, what's in their highest good. And they may have like kind of exhausted themselves where they actually needed to kind of chill out and rest, or it could have like put them in the stagnant phase, because it's hard to be productive and indecisive at the same time, right? So I feel just like this person had a lot weighing on them, and also kind of this trepidation or this fear that they may do or say or choose the wrong thing. So let's see how you're perceiving this person in the now. How does Libra view this person? Woo! 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Sorry, I got the itchies. King of Pentacles in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles. So again, you got this card in your spiritual reading too, and it was about patience. But I also got the feeling that this is about standing your ground. Okay, Libra, and that really passionate side of you that comes out when you feel you need to stand your ground, right? Especially for those that you care about and for those things that you're passionate about. But however, this is falling in how you see this person. So some of you feel very passionately about the connection, or maybe that you need to stand your ground with this person. Take it as it resonates. You also see them as the King of Pentacles in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles. Now, in the upright, the King of Pentacles can be very stable, reliable, loyal. In the reverse, it's kind of the opposite of that. They can be quite egotistical, critical, judgmental. They can hold on to things. The Four of Pentacles is about holding on to things that don't serve us. It's kind of like the miser or stingy energy. So, you know, take it as it's resonating with you. I feel like you could see this person in either of those lights, you know. In one hand, very, you know, loyal or dedicated and, you know, can get things accomplished, and at the same time can be quite undeserving. Really, that's the word I got. That's from your perspective, not sources, by the way. Undeserving. I can hear Selena Gomez song, "Take away your things and go. You can't take back what you said. Oh no. For I told you a million times." Gosh, I haven't heard that song in forever. Maybe somebody said some things that they can't take back, or maybe you did, Libra. Or maybe that's just a caution, because in the spiritual reading, there was a caution about conflict, possible conflict. The High Priestess, the Sun, the Hermit. Wow, 3 major arcana falling in how this person sees you. Well, the High Priestess is somebody who is in my opinion, very good at what they do. Somebody who's maybe even always one step ahead of other people, very intuitive, very balanced, very connected, very warm with the Sun here. The Hermit, very introspective, very thoughtful. The Hermit to me is, you know, somebody who's doing a lot of self-reflection, who's going within. The Hermit represents the enlightened one. So I feel like either this person gets a lot of enlightenment out of you, or you enlighten them in some way. And I heard enlighten me. Or maybe they're looking for you to do that. You know, like, please enlighten me, Libra. Let's go further then. Let's go into the emotional space. Deep down, how do you feel about this person? How do you truly feel? Libra. 2 of Swords in the reverse. That was in your spiritual reading too, as well as the Empress, but it came out all of them in the reverse, really. Okay, so there's an imbalance here with the Justice in the reverse, the 2 of Pentacles, but let me break this down for you. Not all of this is bad. So I feel like what you once were blinded to or unaware of, you're now aware of. And for some reason, that kind of takes you out of this space where you were maybe giving benefit of the doubt, you were being caring. This is a very nurturing energy to not so nurturing. So something came to light that kind of puts you in a different space emotionally. And then the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe you hadn't made up your mind. You were still of 2 minds, right? That's gone. You've made up your mind. And the Justice in the reverse. This is kind of a sense of injustice, of imbalance, of whether that's within yourself or feeling that about a situation or another person. I can't tell. It's a general reading. But I feel a strong sense of injustice here, which will piss off a Libra more than anything in the world. You are the sign of fairness, of justice, of balance. And when things feel out of balance, when they feel unjustified, it just brings that part of you to the surface that wants to be heard, right? And so I feel that like bubbling up here. Let me see this person's emotional space. Four of Wands. How do they feel about Libra? Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Wands in the reverse. They want to let it go. They see this person's in the a little sorry, tripped on my words. This person wants stability, union, the Four of Wands. Something that was dismantled, right? Or in the past, they want to pull it together again. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse is letting go of what you've been holding on to. And what have they been holding on to? The Five of Wands. But the Five of Wands is in the reverse. So it's like letting go of conflict. They want to let go of the conflict. They want there to be more equal give and take. And the conflict could have been around, you know, a sense of imbalance or injustice in that specific arena of their life or within this relationship or connection. So it's interesting because I feel this person is in this space of like, okay, I just want to let that go and move on and enlighten me, you know, type of mentality. And then you're over here kind of holding on to things, you know, which is creating an imbalance because you want justice, or maybe you feel justified in feeling that way. I don't know. So let's go into the most likely outcome then for my Libras, which could be changed with free will, of course. You're in the driver's seat, nobody else. Most likely outcome for my Libras at this moment. The Sun in the reverse. What is with all these reversals? I mixed my deck up because I wanted a little variety. Ace of Swords, Temperance. Actually, I think that one. Nine of Wands in the upright. At least one is. And the Death and Rebirth card. You know, they say never piss off a Scorpio, which is true. I would not recommend that. But what they really should say is never piss off an air sign, particularly a Libra. Or I'm just saying like, because you're so smart, you can turn the tables like no other. You know what I mean? And I feel like something's got you here where you're not just going to let it go. And this is interesting because Sagittarius had a pretty firm like stance. Their reading was pretty intense, and that's the last reading that I did. By all means, if you have Sagittarius in your chart, check it out. But it's the sense of like, no, I will not be happy about this. No, I will not see your side in this. No, I will not control myself or my anger or my opinion or how I feel. Don't tell me how to feel. I know how I feel. It's very defiant, but justified energy, you know? And you've got your wall up here because I feel like you're making a stance. You're making a stand, and your stance is, this is going to change, and no, I'm not going to change how I feel about it. You see, the funny thing with that, Libra, is from a law of attraction perspective, nothing can change unless you change the way that you feel. And I'm not saying like changing your mind and accepting something that you really don't like. You can't make yourself like something you don't like. I'm not saying that either. But you can step back. You can become more detached. You can soften your perspective and or change what you're focused on altogether. Right? So I feel you making a stand. Go ahead, Libra. Sometimes we gotta stand up for ourselves, you know? Okay, so let's see this person. I feel like that was a misfire. What's going on? What is the likely in their most likely future? What's going on? How are they going to respond to that? That's funny because the Ten of Pentacles came out and I put it back, and then the Ten of Wands came out. I feel this person is closed off, quite stubborn. They may or may not get your drift, may or may not get your point. They may not want to see it your way. You know, I feel like the struggle is real over here, but it's not really serving this person. because it's making them feel left out, or it's making them feel they would never let you see that though. This person is prideful, so they don't want other people to see them suffer. Or they don't want, I heard suffer in silence. They would prefer to do that and work on themselves, right? Rather than to dish or bring this to the surface. They are struggling though, and they do want to let this go. They would love for you to enlighten them, but I feel some of you have made a stand and maybe are not speaking to this person. Or maybe if you are, it's not coming in a way that like this person wants to hear or something of that nature. So I'm not sure a whole lot's getting accomplished here from a productive standpoint, other than more closed off energy. Is this going to open up? Is this going to open up? But you know what? It is causing this person to go within and really check themselves. Really get to know themselves a little bit better. Get to know their emotional self. Sometimes things that really aggravate us are our best teachers. Are our best opportunities for emotional growth. And you may or may not be even intentionally doing this. Most of you are not. But out of it is coming emotional growth. And I'm not just talking about on this person's side either. I'm talking about for you as well. So for every action is a reaction, and it's all connected. We're all bouncing off of each other, right? So if one person has growth, then so does the other. And I feel growth coming through, whether you can see it or not. Wow, super intense. Super intense. God bless you, Libra. Okay, let's see the which card came out. I've got two of them. I'm going to read this one and then I'll see what that one is. Card number 38. I can stop attracting don't wants by attention to what I do want. You cannot rid the world or other people of things that bother you. You've got to get rid of your vibration of things that bother you. When you rid your vibration of things that bother you, then nothing that bothers you can come. But actually, you cannot really rid anything from your vibration because there is no exclusions in this attraction-based universe. The only way to truly stop attracting something you don't want is by giving your attention to something that you do want. But you have to take small steps in this. Sound advice. And let's see it. This one says, my every thought is attracting its vibrational essence. It's card number 13. Noticing how things are turning out for you is one very clear way of understanding which vibration you're emanating, because you're always getting the essence of what you're thinking about, whether you want it or not. Pay attention to what you're attracting. Also sound advice. Okay. Wow, really intense reading, Libra. I hope that was helpful and useful to you. Zodiac signs you could be connecting with. I had Leo energy on Scorpio here. Virgo, Leo again, Sagittarius, Taurus. Could be dealing with another Libra. Taurus again, Sagittarius again, Leo again. And Pisces, and that's it. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general, so take the parts that resonate, leave the parts that don't. And if it did resonate, let me know. I love to read your comments. Make sure you leave me a comment and a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit that little notification bell down there so that you don't miss out on any future readings. Also, follow me on Facebook for more fun stuff and content. I do go live over there as well. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Libra. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.